Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Excel Help. In today's video we're going to be looking at the hotkeys and navigation functions that you can use to speed up how you move around your data sets. So let's take a look at that and see how it can be used to speed up your data management. So in the example today we're going to use this template, and what we're going to try and do is show you a few navigation tools, hotkeys, which can help you move around these data sheets. This particular data set runs into 1,000 rows and about 3 alphabets worth of columns, so it's quite a big data sheet and not too uncommon to find these days. So what we're going to first show you is how to use the hotkey control and the cursor keys to move around. So basically we hold control and you press down on your cursor keys. What happens is it takes you to the next blank cell. So it won't go beyond the blank cell, but it will go to the next blank cell. So this makes it a lot quicker. Instead of trying to use the navigation tool on the right hand side, which you might be able to see there, which is quite small, and as you move it, it jumps around quite a bit, you can actually use control down or equally control up or left or right to get to the next blank cell in your data sheet. So the next one we're going to show you is how we would select those. So say we're looking at selecting a range of cells, we can do control and shift and use the cursor keys, and what we find that happens now is you've selected that range again up to the blank cell. So we now have a selection, and you can use that to either navigate, or you can use it to help build your formulae, or even use relative references if you're building macros. So that's quite useful. So the next one we're going to show you is control copy and control paste. You might already be familiar with this one through using more of the Microsoft Office suite, but as a kind of refresh maybe, let's go across to a blank part of the worksheet, get the cell you want or the range you want, do control C, use your cursor keys or the mouse to select your destination, and then do control V, and that gives you whatever value it is that you wanted to copy and paste. Equally, if you want to cut and paste, that function is control X, and then you move across and you can do control V to paste that again. What we can also do is use the hotkey control F. What control F does, if you hit it, brings up this dialog box here for find and replace. So that's just a quicker way of calling that up instead of trying to search through in the ribbon at the top for it. Again, with the navigation, if you've got a mouse which has one of those wheels in the middle, or an equivalent button, you can actually click that once and it will bring up a new symbol. So once you use that, you can then just scan up and down, like so, using your cursor as the navigation. So you don't have to press any buttons at all, you just have to hold either the wheel, center wheel button or the center button, and you can just navigate like that. Just like that. So again, that's a quick way of moving around. And another thing that is worth pointing out in this video is how we can use the cell functions, the corner functions, the left mouse click and the right mouse click. So if you have a cell selected and you want to copy that range through to more cells, once you've got the selected cell, you'll see this little green dot in the corner. If you hover over that, you will get a black cross. And what that will, you can see how different that is to the others. So if you double click that, that will fill all the way down to the next blank cell, so similar to the control function. But also, if you want to do that manually, you can use the left mouse button, hold and drag to the destination, and once again you can use this with the right mouse click just to hold, drag, and then you get the option to either copy, fill with or without formatting. The other thing you get to see in these cells as well, as you select them and hover, you get this white thick cross and you get this black one with the arrows. So that symbol, as it comes up, if you hover on the line of the cell, means you can grab, hold and move that to another destination, and it will ask you if there's already data in there to overwrite or not. So again, but by doing that, if you use the move function, do be aware that it changes formulae. So as you move these things around, any formula and formatting that you might have in that cell will be affected by that change. And of course you can use Control Z to undo anything that you've done, apart from Control Find and Replace, because if you use the Find function, the Replace function, that's a different set of protocol within Excel, so you must use that one with care. But we'll come back to that in future videos. If you have a table of data and it's not formatted as table, which we've covered in the previous video, you can use Control T and it will automatically try and find your data range. So if you've got a nice organized data table as we have in this example, it will ask you about the range and say has it got headers, and you can hit OK and it will change that for you. So that's quite another useful tool if you don't want to search for it in the ribbon. Again, similarly to other programs, you can use font changing functions within here. So if I select a group just here, for example, and do Control I, they all go italic. If I do Control B, they all go bold. And if I go Control U, they all go underlined. And of course you can use that to undo that. And again, you can use Control Z to undo that if you didn't want it. If you use hyperlinks within your spreadsheet, you can use Control K, and that will call up the insert hyperlink box. So you can find this again in the formulas and ribbon bar, but it's quicker to use Control K. Another one that you can use is Control S. So Control S takes you to the Save menu. If you've already saved a document, it will just automatically save it, so you won't have to name it again. Also, Control Y will bring you to another save as well, so you've got two ways of doing that. So there we are, that was hotkeys and navigation. I hope you found that video interesting, and I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you again for watching. Please do keep your comments coming in, as I really enjoy helping people out. And also I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce a new channel to you, which I'm going to be making in the coming weeks. This will be called the Practical Energy Manager. So do look out for that, and it will be giving you lots of tips on how to save energy both at work and at home. And as ever, if you want to keep getting smarter with me, then please keep watching.